So what I'd like to teach you today is how to make your own barbecue sauce. I've made this sauce in the past, and I find it to be a very delectable sauce. It's a sweet sauce, not spicy, but it has a really rich sweetness to it, that sweet and salty kind of flavor that just, it just hits home. So let's take a look at what's in our Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Remember, what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a base so that we can build off that base and make the kind of flavors that you're looking for. Notice this stuff: high fructose corn syrup, distilled vinegar. So what's in mustard? Mustard it has vinegar in it. Tomato paste. Tomato paste would be your ketchup. Let's keep going here. Salt, pineapple juice, concentrate, natural smoked flavors. What the hell is natural smoked flavors? And you see there it says mustard flour, distilled vinegar, mustard flour. Kind of sounds like mustard to me. Corn syrup, sugars, there's molasses, caramel spice. So you see what's in your Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. The base is going to be the sugars, vinegar, and your tomato paste. Vinegar being the mustard, tomato paste being your ketchup. So that's why today we're going to start with a ketchup mustard base, and then we're going to build on those two flavors with all of our sugars and spices to make our own barbecue sauce. It's going to be a sweet, let's call it a sweet molasses barbecue sauce. So remember, like we just talked about, in your basic barbecue sauce, you're going to have distilled vinegar and tomato paste. So if you look at your mustard, see the ingredients there? Distilled vinegar, water, mustard seeds, salt, turmeric, paprika, garlic powder, and of course this spice's natural flavor. I hate to see that on stuff, but it is what it is. You could just use a little distilled vinegar, I suppose, but this is what we're going to use today for our base. And then let's go to the ketchup. And then look at the ketchup. And you see that concentrated red ripe tomatoes, distilled vinegar. Ooh, this stuff has the high fructose corn syrup in it, so I guess that's going to work out sort of. And then onion spices. So some of the things that we're looking for in our barbecue sauce. Good old-fashioned tomato, ketchup, and that would be our tomato paste. We're also going to use a little Worcestershire. Again, has a little distilled vinegar in it and molasses. And this Worcestershire is going to make a good complement. We're going to add a little liquid smoke to give the sauce just some smokiness. It needs that. It adds to the depth of the sauce when you add a little bit of smoke. Even if you're going to be using smoked meat, I still think the sauce needs just a little more smokiness. It just adds to that richness and the deepness of the flavor of the barbecue sauce. Today we're going to use some agave. And then our molasses, pink Himalayan salt. God, I'm a super fan. You've heard me talk about this before. A little more garlic, a little more onion, honey, black pepper, and brown sugar. So let's get at this. We're going to be trying to make about 3 cups of sauce today. So we're going to use almost this full jar here of ketchup in this. And we're going to use the mustard. About a quarter mustard in comparison to how much ketchup you're putting in there, because we're going to add other distilled vinegars in this as well with the Worcestershire. And there's also distilled vinegar in the ketchup itself. So not quite as much mustard, you know. God, maybe, you know, this is about 3 cups of ketchup. And I probably put about a half cup of mustard on here, maybe just a little more. I apologize, I really never measure when I'm making sauces. I'm just proportioning things and putting the flavors together, and then I'm tasting it, critiquing that flavor, and then adding different things to it too. You got to build your palate a little bit when it comes to making these sauces. Definitely try your base. You know, once we mix up this ketchup and mustard, you want to give it a try and just see where you are. And it's little by little, as we adjust with these different flavors, you'll begin to taste the richness, you know, and you'll taste the subtleties of making that sauce. It's a little bit of an art, in a way. So maybe another half a cup of Worcestershire. And then our liquid smoke. We're going to add a couple tablespoons. Black pepper, we're not going to go crazy on black pepper. You know, a couple teaspoons maybe. Nothing too crazy. We may add a little bit more of these sorts of things as we start doing our tasting. And we're just going to go ahead and do this in line. A couple tablespoons of honey, maybe 3. Remember, there's onion and garlic in a lot of these other products as well. So, you know, maybe a teaspoon of onion, teaspoon of garlic, more. Teaspoon away of salt. There is soy and stuff in some of these other products. Salt in the ketchup. So I just want to, again, maybe add a couple teaspoons of salt. Let's get our molasses. It's about 2 tablespoons of molasses. Maybe 3 tablespoons. And then the agave, about the same amount. And then last but not least, our brown sugar. Half a cup. Maybe just a little more. Oh yeah, this is going to be sweet and heavenly. Like I said, we may do a little adjusting. We'll whoop this up, give it a taste, and see where we're at. God, it might not be sweet enough. Another dose of molasses. And I want a little more onion, garlic in it. We're trying to enrich the flavor up a little bit. Just a bit more smoke. And a bit more Worcestershire. Let's see what we get. I only added the molasses because I want to richen up the color of this as well, get it a little darker. Molasses will do that, so will the Worcestershire and the smoke actually. So let's see what we get here. It's fun making your own sauces. I enjoy doing these sorts of things. You know, all these are pretty common items that you have in your pantry at any one time. And you can really get creative. You know, if you want to make this a spicy barbecue sauce, you know, you might back off a little bit on some of the sweetness and then add a crushed red pepper or a cayenne pepper to it, or jalapenos, jalapeno juice. You know, there are lots of different ways to make things spicy. But yet you have this really nice, good barbecue base that you can apply different flavors to. Oh, there it is. Voila. There it is. That's the ticket. We just had to get that right. And the smoke's coming out now. You can taste a little bit of the Worcestershire, you know, and the sweetness, and has more of a bold, zesty sweetness to it. And that's really what you're looking for. Definitely needed a little more of the onion. It needed just a little more of this in general. So I think that is the ticket. Voila, basically making a Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Ketchup, mustard, agave, molasses, pink Himalayan salt, garlic, onion, honey, black pepper, Worcestershire, and liquid smoke, and brown sugar. Makes a beautiful sauce. And these are all things that you have in your pantry on a pretty regular basis. You can whip it up right here. You don't got to buy this stuff. You just make your own. And then, like I said, you can add different heat levels to it, and you can even make it sweeter if you'd like. All right. Please give us a like or subscribe. Bye now.